Today on 3 Minutes of Marketing, let's talk about domains, hosting, and SSL. What does it all mean? There's probably almost every month I get to ask that question about, what is it? Like, what's the domain? What's the hosting? So I'm going to explain that to you. Your domain is your website address, right? Just like a phone number for your business. This is extremely important. It's part of your brand. It's things that you have on your business cards, on your vehicles, on signage. You've invested a lot of time in that online identity, and that should be yours. So if you don't have control of that, meaning you don't know how to log in to actually get to the account where that was purchased, you need to figure that out. You don't want to have that in someone else's control. Once you have your domain, you can point that domain to any web host that's out there. GoDaddy, Bluehost, there's hundreds of them. And the hosting is where the actual files for your website are stored. You can switch hosting and move your site around all the time, as long as you've got the domain where you can log in and point it to the new hosting. And what's this SSL thing that you see on the screen behind me? This is extremely important. And this has become more and more important lately because of a lot of cyber attacks. This is called a security certificate. When you go to a website in the top left-hand corner, it says secure or not secure. Well, the ones that say secure have this SSL certificate. And this is extremely important because Google is going to penalize your site if you don't have it. More importantly, if you're doing any kind of transactions online of transferring information or personal information, even more importantly, payment information, you absolutely need an SSL certificate. And a lot of times, web hosting companies are now offering them free with your hosting package. So with just a couple clicks, you can get it installed. But what this does is this encrypts any of the data that's going through. So if somebody's putting in payment information, then that information could not be stolen when transmitted, okay? And it's also extremely important when you are building trust online. People go to a site to put in information, they want to see that it says secure, right? Just like any kind of security system that you'd have out there. So when you have your domain, right? If you have a business right now and you're using like a free hosting service and you've got businessname.freehosting.com, we'll use that as an example, spend the extra dollars to get an actual domain for your business. It's going to build trust. It's going to be something you can start to build your brand off of. And it's something that you will own for the eternity as long as you keep paying that annual renewal. Now your domain should cost anywhere from like $15 to maybe $30 a year. If you have a basic domain, if you got something that's very unique, then you'll pay a bit more for it. But that's a minimal expense. Your hosting can run you a couple $100 a year for that, and security certificate is either free or maybe $50 a year for that. So the key behind this is make sure that you own those assets for your business. It is extremely important, and it will save you down the road if something was to happen.